my witness. These goods are truly fresh.
Production has been disrupted.
Discovery.
One of your plants has stopped producing goods.
Previously, further growth, advancement, and refinement of our various economic shenanigans. Building and development and planning and so forth. On our main
This city
Euro
is a
Isles, we now
suitable
have
place for people of rank.
reasonably sized noble populations. We're slowly receiving satisfactory supplies of bear pelts, meats, fine wines, or at least adequate wines. All well and good. In our eastern settlement, envoys slowly becoming content as we shore up the coffee supply and start to bring in other luxuries. Should go hunting out more pearls. And yeah, we got the vineyards running here. One wine press seems functional so far. Once each of these businesses has cycled for a while, we'll have an opportunity to properly measure out what the real ratios are. Yep, just ongoing, steady forward progress. We also broke through into new sizes of boat. We've had the technology for a while. And we can afford to pay Hassan to just stay out of our way.
See, that wasn't so hard.
Wasn't so hard at all. My good buddy Hassan. We get along fine. Yeah, we had technology for large boat for a while, we just hadn't started investing any.
Your abilities are perfectly suited to my modest request.
Modest request for a variety of beverages. This can be arranged.
One of your plants has stopped producing goods.
Yeah. You want to put together some more settlement founding efforts? And use those to get our hooks into yet more bits of economy. So we can continue to advance. We do need yet more noblemen to achieve the largest cathedral. And there exists a super mosque. Intriguing. we'll want to look into unfurling more urban centers. Or offshoring the industries that exist on our currently urbanized islands in order to fit even more housing. Now though, let's see. I can easily skim the beer and cider. And just have to look into the wine. Since they're accumulating barrels, that should mean I could throw another wine press out here. Just not clear whether this is using... Well, yeah, I'm reasonably sure that this is using 3 vineyards worth of grapes. So I want to throw this press down somewhere else. They're low on rocks. Alright, let me find another boat to bring supplies over with.
One of your plants has stopped producing goods. Production has been disrupted.
Just need to have something bring in the rocks. Good proper brick.
One of your plants has stopped producing goods.
Basis of all winemaking.
Production has been disrupted.
Well, well, what strange fish have we reeled in here?
The fish that is sword. A rare and majestic breed.
One of your plants has stopped producing goods.
Yeah, doing this is going to temporarily disrupt the flow of wine over to Goldford.
One of your plants has stopped producing goods. Production has been disrupted.
You could familiarize yourself with the oriental art of war in our fortresses.
if we were doing anything
Let us
remotely
keep the
militaristic.
details just between.
Be entirely down with that. But no, ours is a mission of peace.
Production has been disrupted.
Just pleasant city planning, supply chain managing.
A tournament would make excellent entertainment for the population. We need fanfares to herald the event.
Our only violence is that of sport.
An absolutely honourable transaction.
As is good. As it should be.
If there's anything else I can help you with,
And there we go. There's Journeyman securing first load of grape. Just haul them over there.
No goods are being carried on one of your trading routes.
You really did what I asked you to. The end result matches.
a good deal is always a welcome change.
As far as I know, there's not a way to carry out decisive violence against the Corsairs and remove them. They're a persistent organization. Eternal operating expense. Piracy.
God forbid, far be it from me to overtax you.
Have you seen the way that knight knocked his opponents out of their saddles in the jousting? Magnificent!
Let's get together a pack of building supplies and put routes into more islands.
Step up, everyone.
The sport concludes. Well sported, one and all. And see what we're hunting for right now. Small pearl. Of which we got 2 over here. And 1 down there. And maybe, yeah, 1 off in the corner here as well. So we have several options for securing further pearls. Best of which is here. Drop off the 1 jug of wine.
Your water supplies are running out.
How are the spice levels holding up? You're being quite taxed.
What building project are you planning?
Let's dial it up then. Right road. Spice actually has to actually get somewhere.
May Allah bless you for your kindness to my people.
Pesky reality setting in. Oh, but it's only a 4 field resource though. Right, that works then.
Your population needs a medic.
These people and their plagues.
A fair trade.
Right, yeah, that's several more farm. Should help the spice flow. There, look, I'll medicate you. Stay in your home and continue to pay taxes. Look, I'll even give you a whole new prison. You like prisons, right? Yeah, there we go. Oh wait, that's your neighbor. This is
One of your
Plug.
plants has stopped producing goods.
You're getting all that, right, surgeon? Surgeon. Perfectly good plague house right there, Surgeon. Whenever you're ready.
Take your heels and run!
Oh, there's actually a belt of
One of your
fully
plants
satisfied
has
citizens
stopped
over here.
producing goods.
Good. Space to improve. I think one of the ways that things are gonna get drastically better here for urbanizing is if I offshore all of our cloth and cider work. That's plenty of ground that could be overtaken. Bunch of that and a little bit of mosaic. We have those built up yet, right? Yeah, plenty of tile. The Santa Maria go stand by to cash in our owner. And having more cards in the field will make sure that this actually gets engaged and properly tapped. I may actually have to loop this one around.
One of your plants has stopped producing goods. The old agricultural Tetris. One of your plants has stopped producing goods.
Have one less field working overall, but in order to get a whole other building connected, so slightly ahead, just suboptimal. Acceptable.
One of your plants has stopped producing goods.
So, reef over there, reef over there. Seems like I'd have minimum
Production
antics.
has been disrupted.
If I go in around here,
A volcano has become active on an island.
same one? Yeah, same one. Same one doing as it does. Classic Mystery Island. That is
One
just
of your
exactly
plants
how
has
they do.
stopped producing goods.
I like it.
Production has been disrupted. One of your plants has stopped producing goods. Production has been...
You're quite knowledgeable about Oriental architecture.
So we just have to string along a couple of these.
You are very much to my liking.
That'll let us get fishing.
I'd be happy to help you.
Need to bring more well, I brought more wood. It's just we had more of it than fit in the island. With its tiny, basic warehouse. And I believe, based on the precedent we have from the other island, over here. Yeah, Necklace Shop runs at full speed off just a single pearl fisher.
One of your plants has stopped producing goods.
So we'll be able to have
Everyone
two
at
necklace
court is
shops.
relying on your skills in this matter. What can I... Ah, what have you got to report? Of course.
Just follow it around, shoot anything that causes trouble. The usual. And just have to bring in more mosaic.
Game saved. Production has been disrupted.
Yeah, just move even more necklaces. Grab them from every possible point. Bring them all in. Spice supply is returning, as it should.
No goods are being carried on one of your trading routes.
You guys are a little under-caffeinated. Should perhaps establish yet more coffee.
Production has been disrupted.
I have space for it. Getting backed into a corner here.
Production has been disrupted.
How big is the roasting house itself? Oh, I can cramp it on the other side of the market and still have my hookup.
To Grand
Almost.
Vizier is an exceptional honor for me.
If I move
The
this
Sultan may
plantation
be
over.
young and full of energy, but he still values an old man's advice.
There we go. Unless I reposition the Noria itself? That might handle it. This one over here. This didn't exist.
This harbor may seem defenseless to you, but I have the full force of the Sultan's fleet and armies at my disposal in an emergency.
Slightly better, except now it's out of reach of the roasting house, unless I move the roasting house again. So if I get the roasting house right in here, can I now not... Oh, I can put road on the beach. Alright, good. Coffee. Working as designed.
Your support is no
Or I
longer
could just
required.
start irrigating all of this. Right. Need to keep track of those things, because the escorts are not good at doing things automatically.
The sandstorm has ceased.
My careless ways. The moment we get the relevant materials in. Perhaps.
This town has the most generous people I've ever known.
Perhaps someday.
A good deal.
Also, here is a land of hemp and cider. I could put all the low-tier beverage and clothing stuff on this. Really scale up productivity with a dedicated supply zone,
One
and
of your
then
plants has stopped producing
pave
goods.
over all of this to make more suburb. Or even just
Production has
regular
been
herb.
disrupted.
Consider these building plans a gift from our population.
Yeah, I like that plan. That is a project to have done. And then likewise I can look to start
Salam alaikum.
moving
This
my
is
other
an
supply
honor,
efforts
as
away from
always.
here. Have Ashkabad slowly transform into just pure city sprawl. Pure or near pure, mostly city sprawl. Well, as a precursor to that, probably just set up a new neighborhood over here.
One of your
But then
plants has
eventually-
stopped producing goods.
Got all these other islands that are capable of spice and food and so forth. Carry on that gradual replacement of farm with boat. Need to make more barrels. This is apparently not enough barrels. But more than enough iron. Just don't know how many coopers I can run off one iron smelter. We'll find out over time.
The Council of Ten, thanks.
No gold in Goldford. We've not forded any proper gold. In time. Yeah, no brick needed for any of this.
You shall hear from me.
So yeah, this will just be Hemp and Cider Island. Well, coats and
Let me give you
cider.
a hand.
Linen. Plant fiber garments.
You run this town with great wisdom.
Wisdom, coffee, and necklaces. Traditional signs of enlightenment.
You've got a good deal there.
Great wisdom in beans. And yeah, I'll just go ahead and set up another harbor zone up here.
Production has been disrupted.
Yeah,
One of
it's
your
just
plants
now
has
another
stopped
surface
producing
that we can be
goods.
collecting stuff off of. Just another convenient route to bring materials in from.
One of your plants has stopped producing goods.
There we go, fairly robust initial spread.
One of your plants has stopped producing goods.
Now, from this place I seek to cider.
Production has been disrupted. Ship ready. Production has been disrupted.
High-density industrial orchards. It's a good start. Yeah, set up perhaps a symmetrical thing on the other side. It's extensible, scalable. Gotta find industry-related words pertaining to apples.
Production has been disrupted. One of your plants has stopped producing goods.
I'll take what I am owed. Your money is in safe hands here.
Agreed. So, let's see, I just rolled out 8 orchards on New Island. So in response, I should be able to discontinue just as many from here. As a start.
That's better.
That is better. That's a fine and healthy start. So now I have all of this space in which to put more consumers.
Do you want to accept the quest? Or have you turned south? Then be off with you.
Buddy, if you have to ask, you don't know. Soft is what we do here. Soft is good for business.
Producing goods. Your people are longing for company. Production has been disrupted. Production has been disrupted.
Disrupting is also what we do. Might tear down and rebuild that, or realign it. It's clearly gone off my old grid here. Alternatively, I can just do a little bit of weirdness to get back to where I should be. Temporary distortion of economy. Yes, this is fine. This is good. So then let's see. Furthermore, on not this island, but this one over here, where I still have many construction materials sitting around. Must establish hemp. Let's see, how many cloth hairs are keeping things running here? Oh wait, I have my my statsman.
Congratulations.
10 hemp plantations, 5 weavers. Let's get a sense for things. One of these 5 fields.
One of your plants has stopped producing goods.
Or no, 4 fields.
Production has been
So
disrupted.
I can go with the same general layout as I was doing for a bunch of those. But then instead of needing to connect them directly by road, I instead have weaving huts on the inner track, and those hook in by road. Two per.
You've got a good deal there.
Salam alaikum.
Alright, yes. Let's also, for ease of things, set up a tiny bit of local lumber.
I'd be happy to help you.
So yeah, one there, another one there.
A good deal.
Road extending down this middle length.
Production has been disrupted.
And then a set of those on this side, set of those on this side, and that would be as much weaving and
One of
more.
your plants has stopped producing goods.
A fine weave. Already got the cider moving.
You always know exactly what we want.
Snap them up, Wilson.
Game saved. One of your plants has stopped producing goods. One of your plants has stopped producing goods.
Getting entirely bottlenecked by lumber here. And let's see, I could also tap into a bit of the local stone. Just for convenience. Just have that upgrade currency running on a local supply.
Production has been disrupted.
Gotta run into the mountain over there. Slight adjustments will be necessary.
Production has been disrupted.
But perhaps not as much as you'd think.
Production has been disrupted.
Workable.
Production has been disrupted.
Most of this is also... There's rocks.
Production has been disrupted.
Just never underestimate the difficulty of finding good rocks. Proper rocks. Yeah, enough space that those will be able to slide together.
One of your plants has stopped producing goods.
Sneak a bit of lumber generation back into the corner here. Since lumber remains useful, and also very flexible as far as where we can drop it. That's also different though, because I have these extending a bit over towards the center line. To move the whole thing back. Or just slightly reposition the weavers themselves. Gotta move these huts.
The Sultan would be delighted if you could fulfill this service for me.
Yeah, I think that can be arranged. The beach is also going to make this complicated.
Production has been disrupted.
Always these powerful shapes getting in my way.
Only the very best sailors.
Small boat, you are holding up the line. There. Important shipping capacity.
Production has been disrupted.
There, just opening up this whole nice new slice of load-bearing pores. Necessary peasant infrastructure.
Production has been disrupted.
If there's anything else I can help you with,
Production has been disrupted.
Very nice. Continued opportunities for growth. How are things doing over here? Coffee getting through. Necklace is getting through. Milk is running low.
And everyone got what they wanted.
A shortage of goats. tragic.
I like it.
Let me continue sorting this out.
Production has been disrupted. One of your plants has stopped producing goods.
Profit.
Yeah,
In
just
more
gotta break from
ways than
form a
one.
little. Do what's necessary. Like run out of hammers. As necessary.
One of your plants has stopped producing goods. Production has been disrupted.
Eventually we offshore the bread as well. The old new future of bread import that awaits. So that'll let me start tearing down more weavers.
One of your plants has stopped producing goods. Production has been disrupted.
Sneak a bit more reserve lumber in here.
Pluck up some courage and let us into your town. What, you're opening the city gates for us? I'll never forget you.
Your actions don't say much for your conscientiousness.
One of your plants has stopped.
They say
producing
plenty
goods.
for our licensing capacity. More beggars create space for more economy.
Salam alaikum. This is an honor, as always.
Get those good licenses.
I've named one of my children after you.
We have a name?
Salam alaikum. This is an honor, as always.
Let's try to throw a tavern down in the new district. In or near it.
Your
couple of taverns.
generosity will bear fruit one day.
Pubs for all.
May Allah bless you for your...
And for the time being, I'll keep a small amount of this around for rope. Since that is a boat building resource. Ah yes, there was a request for bear. Let's retrieve fur coats. It should exist somewhere in the network.
Production has been disrupted.
Yes, they happen here, in adequate quantity. Which, actually, how quickly are they being consumed over in Goldford? Is there a little bit of reserve? Alright. So if I send that boat to Goldford, I can intercept them.
Production has been disrupted.
We're running low on books. Gotta make more books. Books are low on paper, paper's low on lumber. We just hook the lumber mills up to the supply. Well, paper mills.
One of your plants has stopped producing goods.
Allow them to more directly receive books. Well, pre-books.
One of your plants has stopped producing goods.
Book supply chain is going to get interesting. May change some things about how they do that. Maybe, like, relocate the bookmakers themselves and the paper mills to a Euro island for easier access to lumber, and then ship in the indigo.
Our combined efforts for this city are bearing golden fruits.
That man is on fire.
Production
He's in need of
has
some
been
degree of
disrupted.
aid.
Your people are longing for possessions.
Longing for books. An immense deficit of books. I also missed intercepting these codes. I'll have to steal more.
A good deal is always a welcome change. Splendid. That's perfect. You can always be sure of a hot... This is one of my best ships.
Just having a bit of an interesting internal standoff where the fact that I'm finally implementing some bigger solutions to parts of the chain is just highlighting how stopgap previous solutions on the supply chain were. Much work left to be done.
Let me give you a hand.
One of your plants has stopped producing goods. Production has been disrupted.
I just had a way to bridge over these things. Is that a relocate the roasting house?
Ship ready.
Have you anything new to report in the matter entrusted to you? How wonderful to know.
One of your plants has stopped producing goods. A trading route is lacking goods. One of your plants has stopped producing goods.
Or probably a lot of coffee production will just migrate to somewhere else. Or I have all this, beautiful, nice open desert waiting to be irrigated.
You have learned a lot about the Orient.
Build a couple of these rude motherfuckers and just go to town.
Use all your cunning, and you will be able to complete this assignment. How cunning of you to pull the wool over my eyes.
Yes, the most cunning act of all. to decline.
Good. Let's trade. Good. It's a deal.
Good. And my other boat is in here, yeah. Let's have you grab a round of gifts.
As nobles, you should offer us the same level of comfort we have at court.
Yeah, trying to pile on yet more high-class people is creating shortages. I've overextended. There is much further work that need to be done. What is this place exporting? Like, there's a reason I settled this island. Some good. Yeah, I've wound up producing beef and fur here, but what else do you do? Or did I just settle you for the extra citizens at first?
Game saved.
Perhaps, in which case, let's see how much more.
Your people are longing for possessions.
Definitely feel like I should specialize the functions of each river. Each river having utility thing on a given island.
You'll get over it.
You serious?
Consider it insurance. Life insurance.
Is that really how we're gonna go about that? You know, let me move the plantation building itself out of there. Stop gaps within stop gaps.
That's better.
Maybe it's proportional to how much cash we have. Obviously not absolutely so, otherwise when we're destitute it would cost nothing. Although that could very well be the case if he just decides not to extort you if you have no money. But he has made demands we couldn't afford in the past, so that's probably not it. Yeah, every part of this is going to need extensive retooling. Now we just remain hard at work on some core solutions. You know, yeah, grab me a set of building material. Let's go build Book Island. Plenty of river there. So there's like 3 shallow spots where I could set 4 shallow spots for water wheels. Not a very compact landmass. So I can get local
A
wood,
sandstorm is raging over your island.
get it pulped into paper, and then just need to ship indigo here. I can bind many a book. Current books are piggybacking on the quartz boat. We'll aim to do better than that. Bring in many more rocks. And then secure an indigo supply.
One of your plants has stopped producing goods.
Which will also mean putting dye into the warehouse, where at present all the dye produced there is being transferred over directly.
One of your plants has stopped producing goods.
There we go. Big merchant ship on the prowl.
Your people are longing for possessions. Production has been disrupted.
Salam alaikum.
One of your plants has stopped producing goods. Production has been disrupted.
The Sultan will allow you to construct these buildings. A fair
For the moment, I'll continue to settle for smalls.
One of your plants has stopped producing goods. One of your plants has stopped producing goods. One of your plants has stopped producing goods.
Pretty sure I had a route that was bringing construction material onto this island.
You have more buildings available. The sandstorm has subsided.
Foundation of new thing.
Your population needs a medic.
New, quite large thing. Interesting. Where has plague, there's plague. Very well. Receive doctors. Even peasants can get disease if you're not careful.
I regularly acquire... You've got a good deal there.
So let's see, I needed to bring that rocks. So that I could get more proper building done. So let us do exactly that. Where at present we are accumulating paper. We have accumulated a shitload of paper. And a boat will be hauling in indigo in a bit. Which we should now be accumulating here, yes. Good. All of this will be reforged in time. Is the man not getting enough carpet? Y'all got rugs? If there's any shortage of rugs, just let me know. Rug supply appears
Have you come
healthy.
to express your devotion, your efforts will not go.
You've got a good deal there.
Devout as hell over here. Just have to fit more goat onto the island.
The boundaries between Occident and Orient are moving ever closer together. The Sultan has therefore sent...
You shall hear from me.
Rude Jacobin.
Your visit gladdens an old man's heart.
It was just the usual reiteration of we've given you plans to build things because we're business associates. Still, rude. Who does that?
I like it.
Terribly rude people. Anyway, let's finish getting this book mill operational. There's yet more paper. And then just down here by the docks, I'll create
Profitable
several bookbinders.
in more ways than one.
Here's where they go. Here's what they do. Finally here. Books. Just need to shove more brick in there. There, now as soon as they have ink to work with, that'll be that. Of which there's their first shipment.
One of your plants has stopped producing goods. Your people crave possessions.
We're working on it. Just stick with us. Book will resume shortly. Do not be taken in by baseless, alarmist claims that we are low on book. That is nonsensical. Paper is abundant. Celebrate its abundance by gathering as much of it as you can, collecting it in closely guarded warehouses. To squander paper is the greatest insult to its most readily apparent abundance. Okay, ink has arrived. Printing begins. Books, soon.
The mob is on the brink of torching your settlement.
Rebellion? Protest? Over what? But you have problems with books? If there's nothing to read, where did you all get these signs? Looks like perfectly good reading material to me.
One of your plants has stopped producing goods.
Perhaps paradoxically, if I tax the patricians into submission, just convince them to skim down to smaller numbers, so that the existing supply of books, that being the non-existent supply of books, properly distribute itself out. They may also be mad over the leather
Has
shortage.
stopped producing goods.
Could stand to make more leather. Implement further hog. Reasonably dense salt supply here. And a thing of coal. At least the book riots should sort themselves out in a moment. For fairly broad definitions of moment. Books are being printed. Gonna need way more ink to keep all that running though.
A fast ship, a boat.
Production has been disrupted.
Further constructing to be done.
Your people crave possessions. Your water supplies are running out.
At least the water supplies aren't big. That's quite manageable now. Economy in that respect remains quite strong. There. Book boat. Soon to receive its first payload.
No one in this city has more influence than you.
Soon should have received its first payload. Where's the damn books? Or did I look at the tab? There we go, 20 books. Finally.
Production has been disrupted.
Everything doing as it should.
The people are rampaging through the streets.
This is fine. Let's go and preemptively open a bit more pier up on this end of the island.
I need your assistance with this. The Emperor begins to grow impatient.
Simply monstrous the way this city is being run to ruin.
Couldn't you do something for us beggars too?
Poor deprived beggars in need of sand bread. Very well.
Production has been
I
disrupted.
can arrange this.
One of your plants has stopped producing goods.
See, why can't our nobles have more simple, humble needs like that? Good, proper, straightforward demands for regular good. With a bunch of extra salt piled up here. Perhaps this is where we could make more hog.
One of your plants has stopped producing goods.
If I can solve the necessary hog geometry. A riddle of ham.
One of your plants has stopped producing goods. One of your plants has stopped producing goods.
Right, and the actual production building needs to be on the river. Except forget that.
One of your plants has stopped producing goods.
I will stand by the abstract principle of, since rivers are pretty strong, like, bottleneck. But for specialization's sake, I'll have the rivers on a given island do one thing. Which at the moment means that all my tanning is happening over here on presently Beer Island. I may yet consider installing different tanneries elsewhere. Or just start shipping more material into this island.
Production
Have
has
options.
been disrupted.
May Allah bless you for your kindness to my people.
Many a consideration. This place also has some nice, nice workable river spots. Oh well, one issue at a time. For now, we re-established the book supply and ended the literature riots. Now, everyone happy. Everyone fine and good. We're low on cider.
I'd be happy to help you.
Are we yet filling the cider boat? So I'll definitely shove more cider onto this island. Cider is what you are for.
One of your plants has stopped producing goods.
Salam alaikum.
Production has been disrupted.
A good deal is always a welcome change.
Your water supplies are running out.
Yeah, like, all those orchards are fully engaged.
One of your plants has stopped producing goods.
Salam alaikum. This is an honor, as always.
How about a coffee?
No, coffee supply chain is next week. We're solving apples right now.
Your money is in safe hands here.
Next time, coffee supply chain. And others. As we continue efforts to redistribute the industries.
Production has been disrupted.
So
One of your
go,
plants has stopped
discoveries.
producing goods.
And I should, as a last footnote of a thing to do, let me just, so it doesn't get forgotten, let me deliver those dates. Now that the book riots are over, let's finish restoring peace.
So, you want me to do your dirty work?
Suppose you've forgotten you said you'd help us, eh?
One of your plants has stopped producing goods.
Is that right? God bless you.
No further questions. Discovery.